picked up this 1999 Arctic Cat ZRT, the triple. Pulls over pretty good. Feels like it's got a good bit of compression. Hopefully we can get it running. Got ourselves a greasy triple. First thing we need to do is get some oil in these cylinders because this thing's been sitting for over 20 years. And now we're going to figure out how to drain all this old gas. We're draining the gas right now. We've literally got orange Gatorade coming out of this thing. Gross. Well, to get the gas tank off, we got to get these 2 bolts out of here. Found out that there was just a connector right here after we went through all the work trying to get this. I don't know what that's even to, but we're just going to disconnect this and I'm going to flush this tank out with the hose. I figured I'd take out the fuel nipple so that I can continue flushing this tank out. All right, we got fuel down the cylinders. Give it a few yanks. Got the clutch side carburetor off. Now I'm going to work on getting the other 2 carburetors out. All right, I got 2 carbs down. And I would be making this a more in-depth video if I knew what I was doing. But quite honestly, I have no idea. I'm just taking stuff apart and hoping that it works good. I'm going to pull that 3rd carburetor off. I kind of went a little while with no video, but got the airbox out. It was pretty easy. I just undid 3 screws on top and then kind of pulled it forward. And then I put a new fuel line here. I'm leaving all the other ones, but this one was too short. After quite the effort of trying to shake out the fuel pickup filter and a couple nuts I put in there, finally went to auto parts store and I got this flexible magnetic retriever. It's got full-on grabber, so I should be able to grab everything out of there. Got all my carbs up here, got them labeled. Flywheel, middle, clutch. So I'm gonna just tear these down, clean them up. It's pretty much the same process as any other carb, and there's a million videos on that. Back out here working on the old triple. I got my carbs all redone and cleaned out. Got new caps for these. Everything's nice and clean. So I'm gonna get all the carbs thrown back on. The whole airbox situation. A little nuts. First carb on pretty decently. It's not everything's tight, but I'm gonna throw the other 2 on. The process, I decided to label them. I figured that might help out a little bit. So here's the middle one. That's what I need next. The middle one takes that fuel line off the fuel pump. All right, I've got my 3 carburetors on, and now I'm gonna hook up my fuel tank. Get some fuel down in my tank and then see if she fires up. I've got a bunch of brake clean and carb clean shot through all the fuel lines, so this thing should get a good kick at least. Got my line that needs to go into the tank. I just now need to figure out how short to make it. Make sure our kill switch is on. Got a temporary electrical setup here. Carbs are wide open. Got some fuel in the tank. Gonna give her a few yanks. I'm gonna give it some more encouragement just so I can hear it run. Got a bunch of fuel down the cylinders. Let's see. My kill switch doesn't work for some reason right here, but key ignition switch still works. The idles, baby! Real bud, gotta look up. Starts up nice. Well, guys, I've got her to run now, and she'll start on her own. Work on getting this airbox back in. Got the airbox on, just got to get the rest of it on and then mount the electronics up. They sit up there in the airbox like that. Well, I've got the e-box thingy kind of mounted in. Still got 4 bolts that I got to put in. Got the belt on. That was quite the process. I just slipped it around the secondary, and then I spun the secondary backwards. It was a freaking workout. I'm sure there's a better way, but I just kind of brute forced it on there. So I'm not going to move this thing far because I don't have reverse. And I can't drive through here. So I'm just going to start it up, give it a few revs, see if it even moves. Well, with the belt on it, seems to want to die. There we go. Brakes work. She moves, baby. Let's go. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up here. Make sure to stay tuned for the next video where I take this thing out on some snow. I'll see you guys in the next one.